Like a farmer that reaps the fruit of his labor, the learners reap the rewards of their hardships and persistence in education amid this crisis. Their character, knowledge, and skills have paved the path for learning to continue. And now, the time for planting and growing has ended. The time for harvest has come. Welcome to Mobo National High School's virtual graduation ceremonies for the school year 2020 to 2021, with the theme, Strengthening the Quality of Education Amid the COVID-19 Pandemic. To formally start this year's graduation rites, let us pay respect to the flag through the singing of the Philippine National Anthem, to be followed by the reciting of the prayer and singing of the Bicol March and SDO hymn.
Kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Kayang mag-ibig, kaya sa sinanganan, alam ng puso, sa titik mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, kuya ka ng magiting, sa manlulupin, di ka pasisingil, sa nagatak tutok sa simoy at sa langit mo pagaw, ay hinatang tulagaw, beloved Bicolanja, home defeated of Peña Francia, renowned for feeding up and sealing from dawn to dusk. We're singing our praise to thee, where the flames, sparkling rivers and seas, hills and mountains, trees adorn. From the shores across the seas, all nature's give to thee above. Bicolanja, Bicolanja, our native land, behold. Alpay, Camarines Norte, Camarines Sur, Catanduanes, Masbate, Sorsogon. Sinis o Irigaw, Nagaligaw, Legazpi, Tabaco, Sorsogon, and Masbate, a port of noble hero, land of the free. Oh, Mount Mayon is watching over thee. Bicolanja, Bicolanja, the home of the Oragons. Fearless warriors, bold yet brave, the truth and dignity we give in. Bicolanja, Bicolanja, the home of the Oragons. Fearless warriors, bold yet brave, to truth and dignity we give in. To truth and dignity we give in. We
In the midst of a changing world, they're standing tall, adept at dealing with whatever life affords. With the skills their wisdom is them all aglow, they'll find their dreams wherever they behold. Guided by the Almighty, they dwell in harmony with their coastal land and all its nature's grace. Hail to every must, but then you learn the sense. In power they will make our country stand. To make you feel there's so much fun and joy in learning, to keep them safe in every need and right protected, to nurture them and let their passions glow and burning, to light their path and lead them to a righteous life. This is the dream of the division of Masbate, a lifelong quality education for her children, hand in hand with the leaders, teachers, and the whole community. Every noble dream of Masbateños will come true. This is the dream of the division of Masbate, a lifelong quality education for her children, hand in hand with the leaders, teachers, and the whole community. Every noble dream of Masbateños will come true. Come true.
At this point, let us listen to the words of welcome to be given by Aliana B. Carmen with high honors.
A blissful morning to everyone. Welcome to the Mobo National High School Senior High School Department's first virtual graduation ceremony 2021 with the theme Strengthening the Quality of Education amid the COVID-19 pandemic. It gives me an immense pleasure to start this auspicious occasion by welcoming everybody. I heartily welcome our school principal, Mrs. Maria Cynthia Ereville, teachers and staffs, our dear parents, fellow graduates, friends, and to everyone watching this online celebration. A momentous occasion in every high school student's life is graduation day. Although we are experiencing pandemic, here we are celebrating our graduation day virtually. And since it is the end of our high school life, it brings us a mixture of joy and sadness. Joy for reaching our goals and sadness for saying goodbye to the people who became part of our lives. My fellow graduates, we're about to go to college. We must enjoy the next 4 years of our lives in order to reach our goals in whatever course we may pursue. Since the pandemic occurred, DepEd implemented the SHIELD program in response to the emerging global threat brought about by the effects of coronavirus to the global community. It was very new to us, considering that we were used to face-to-face classes. We experienced difficulties and a lot of adjustments. Then came the modular distance learning. This is the DepEd's promise to strengthen the quality of education amid the COVID-19 pandemic. It was more challenging, more pressure, and pressure pa more. But despite these challenges, we managed to withstand and conquer everything. And here we are now, moving on to the next level of our lives. Yay! Graduate na kami! In the end, we were happy because we learned a lot in the midst of pandemic. To all incoming class 2021 to 2022, you can do it! Laban lang! Never say the word graduating because modular distance learning is now real. Fellow graduates, I wish you all good luck for the coming years. May the years to come be kind to all of us, and may God in His wisdom bless us with success. Thank you and stay safe always. This is Aliana Balatukan Carmen with high honors from grade 12 SUS. Once again, just sit back and relax while you witness the first ever virtual graduation ceremony of Batch 2021. I thank you.
Thank you, Miss Aliana, for the heartwarming remark. Congratulations for standing out among this year's batch of graduates. Moving on, let us now have the presentation of candidates for graduation to be done by our dynamic school principal, Madam Maria Cynthia A. Revere.
Our school's division superintendent, Ma'am Nene R. Merioles. I have the honor to present to you 102 candidates for graduation for school year 2020 to 2021, 33 of whom are male and 69 are female. I hereby certify that they have satisfactorily completed all the requirements of the K-12 basic education curriculum as prescribed by the Bureau of Secondary Education of the Department of Education. They are now ready for your confirmation.
At this juncture, let us witness the confirmation of candidates for graduation and message by our Visionary Schools Division Superintendent, Madam Nene R. Merioles, SESO 5.
By virtue of the power vested in me by the Secretary of Education and upon the recommendation of your school principal, that you have satisfactorily completed the requirements of the K-12 basic education curriculum prescribed by the Department of Education, I hereby confirm you graduates for school year 2020-2021. Congratulations. My congratulations to all the graduates of school year 2020-2021, and my heartfelt greetings and unending gratitude to the teachers, school heads, and to all SDO Masbate Province personnel, parents, LGU officials, and to all who have extended their support and responded to the challenge of education in the new normal. Looking back to the year 2020, the historic declaration of President Rodrigo Duterte of the enhanced community quarantine in the entire Luzon on March 16 had caused us so much fear and doubts. The abrupt change brought by the pandemic made us all dumbfounded. Many had lost their job as companies and businesses went bankrupt. Many lives were claimed by COVID-19. Because of this, the hope of the resilient Filipinos had flickered. The Department of Education was greatly affected by the sudden change that confronted the education sector. For the first time, no graduation ceremonies were held for the school year 2019-2020. The opening of classes for the succeeding school year was changed from June to August and then moved to October 5. Many had their doubts on the school's readiness and the teachers' preparation in the implementation of the new learning modalities. The parents and learners became hesitant. There was also a significant decrease of enrollment for this school year due to the effect of the pandemic, which made living harder for some of our learners. We had been worried and sad, thinking how we could cope with the changes in the educational system. Yet, this has never stopped our department from doing its best to deliver quality education to Filipino learners amidst the pandemic. And this day marks our victory over the challenges brought by COVID-19 as we reap the fruit of our sacrifices and perseverance. Finally, the names will be given faces as we will be able to uncover the smile and the hope we have longed to see on the face of every learner as he or she receives his or her certificate or diploma. I am very much grateful to the parents for fulfilling their duties and responsibilities for their children. You are the heroes during this pandemic. Your diligence in claiming and returning the self-learning modules is a manifestation that you really value your children's education and earnestly lead them to a brighter future. There might have been many hindrances, but you have helped us do our duties for your children. Most of all, you give them assurance that you are always there to guide and teach them and make them feel more inspired and motivated to learn, even they are at home. My salute for your sacrifices. My praises and salute also to our beloved teachers, school heads, and to all STO Masbate personnel. Education in the new normal might not have been easy as we're not fully prepared for this, but your dedication to perform your duties and most especially your love and care for your learners have made us successful in hurdling this historic school year. The implementation of the new learning delivery modalities might not have been easy, but we have truly done our best. Education is not just a responsibility of the students, teachers, and parents, but of the whole community that is always ready to support and guide a child who wants to study and achieve his or her dream. Over the years, our country's education sector has met so many problems, yet we have proven that through our unity in providing the best education and the brighter future for Masbateño learners is within our reach, whatever threat COVID-19 will bring us. Remember, education will be your sharpest weapon against whatever challenges that you will face. Your graduation today, your little success, is an indication that you will have more battles to win in the future. I have high hopes for your success. Once again, congratulations, my dear graduates. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you, Madam Nene Armerioles, for your inspiring message. At this point, we shall have the presentation of graduates by their respective advisors.
May I present to you the senior high school graduates of Grade 12 Athena, Accountancy, Business and Management for school year 2020 to 2021.
Abiliar Jonah Ramirez, the son of Mr. and Mrs. Joel C. Abiliar from Daco, Mobo, Masbate. Almoete Jumar Maquiniana, the son of Miss Rosany M. Almoete from Poblacion District Number 2, Mobo, Masbate. Betes Bonifacio Tambago, the son of Mr. and Mrs. Edgar P. Betes from Poblacion District Number 1, Mobo, Masbate. Bolon Giancarlo Bose, the son of Mr. and Mrs. Raul R. Bolon from Tabuk, Mobo, Masbate. Cañas Renato Jr. Espinas, the son of Mr. and Mrs. Renato I. Cañas Sr. from Poblacion District Number 2, Mobo, Masbate. Lebanto Mark Angelo Pojas, the son of Mr. and Mrs. Lito L. Lebanto from Pinamarbuhan, Mobo, Masbate. Odtuhan Maki Villanueva, the son of Mr. and Mrs. Cirelino V. Odtuhan from Pinamalatican, Mobo, Masbate. Tugbo Jeremy Canielas, the son of Mr. and Mrs. Remigio L. Tugbo from Pinamarbuhan, Mobo, Masbate. Vargas Aljanri Villamor, the son of Mr. and Mrs. Randy B. Vargas from Bagakay, Mobo, Masbate. Villaflores Jobert Sumalinog, the son of Mr. and Mrs. Freddy V. Villaflores from Luyong Katungan, Mobo, Masbate. Ablao Mariela Hate, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Jose O. Ablao from Poblacion District Number 2, Mobo, Masbate. Canielas Maria Jesusa Bulon, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Rene C. Canielas from Poblacion District Number 2, Mobo, Masbate. Cervantes Nelly May Custodio, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Nixon H. Cervantes from Bagakay, Mobo, Masbate. De Loroso Sara May Altiche, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Arvin S. De Loroso from Tabuk, Mobo, Masbate. Papelera Rigel May Aurea, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Richard D. Papelera from Mobo, Masbate. Perdon Ayesa May Garcia, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Emilio C. Perdon from Bonifacio, Oson, Masbate. Ranyola Ria Suplito, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Noel P. Ranyola from Mandali, Mobo, Masbate. Soriano Yanzel May Sampaga, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Erwin E. Soriano from Mobo, Masbate. Tugbo Valerie Season, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Erlito M. Tugbo from Tabuk, Mobo, Masbate.
May I present to you the senior high school graduates of Grade 12 Athena, General Academic Strand for school year 2020 to 2021.
Cortez Ray Liagas, the son of Mr. and Mrs. Rene M. Cortez from Poblacion District Number 2, Mobo, Masbate. Cortez Roy Liagas, the son of Mr. and Mrs. Rene M. Cortez from Poblacion District Number 2, Mobo, Masbate. Francisco Earl Ramos, the son of Mr. and Mrs. George L. Francisco, from Poblacion District Number 1, Mobo, Masbate. Ledesma Jose Enrique Castillo, the son of Mr. and Mrs. Rolando R. Ledesma Jr., from Poblacion District Number 2, Mobo, Masbate. Si Neneng Kenneth Gernaldo, the son of Mr. and Mrs. Merlito V. Sineneng, from Villahermosa, Kawayan, Masbate. Vidas J.V. Aban, the son of Mr. and Mrs. Galinico A. Vidas, from Pinamarbuhan, Mobo, Masbate. Abunda Sara Capili, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Sergio R. Abunda, from Pinamarbuhan, Mobo, Masbate. Alburo Ledigin Lara, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Juan D. Alburo, from Pinamarbuhan, Mobo, Masbate. Alto Maria Cristina Moania, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Wilson B. Alto Jr., from Pinamalatican, Mobo, Masbate. Apaya Jemlu Quadrasal, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Jose L. Apaya, from Tugbo, Mobo, Masbate. Baruelo Diana Rosa Remon, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Dominador S. Baruelo, from Poblacion District Number 2, Mobo, Masbate. Batino Angelica Escorel, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Jose L. Batino, from Pulot, Mobo, Masbate. Binget Cherry Jane Nava, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Jesus A. Binget, from Poblacion District Number 2, Mobo, Masbate. Bolon Jezabel Deloroso, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Gary U. Bolon, from Pinamalatican, Mobo, Masbate. Bolon Judy Ann Cervantes, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Jeronimo R. Bolon, from Pinamalatican, Mobo, Masbate. Canielas Eliza Jane Ross, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Ezekiel P. Canielas Jr., from Poblacion District Number 1, Mobo, Masbate. Cañete Jenny Abagon, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Nonito R. Cañete, from Tabuk, Mobo, Masbate. Cariquitan Jeneline Prisilda, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Jimmy L. Cariquitan, from Tugbo, Mobo, Masbate. Castillo Maria Erwina Llenaresas, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Erwin R. Castillo, from Poblacion District Number 1, Mobo, Masbate. Cervantes Lay Ann Amores, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Arvin O. Cervantes, from Pulot, Mobo, Masbate. Cervantes Rosalita Ramos, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Angelito P. Cervantes, from Nasunduan, Mobo, Masbate. Sale Alexandra Gale Balatukan, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Tusong Say, from Umabay Exterior, Mobo, Masbate. Libanto Maria Decibil Abas, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Juan H. Libanto, from Pinamarbuhan, Mobo, Masbate. Liobido Ella Lane Abagon, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Jovidal M. Liobido, from Fabrica, Mobo, Masbate. Magtoto Raisa Joy Tambago, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Angelito L. Magtoto, from Poblacion District Number 1, Mobo, Masbate. Masamok Angie Aperejado, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Alan D. Masamok, from Tugawe, Mobo, Masbate. Ramirez Joanna Mia Pronce, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Jonathan S. Ramirez, from Tabok, Mobo, Masbate. Ramos Geraldine Dalimpapas, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Jerry E. Ramos from Pinamarbuhan, Mobo, Masbate. Ramos Judy Ann Mahusay, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Andy S. Ramos from Poblacion District Number 2, Mobo, Masbate. Ranyola Easter May Tamayo, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Abel N. Ranyola from Poblacion District Number 1, Mobo, Masbate. Saldivar Maria Kimberly Bolotano, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Arnel L. Saldivar from Poblacion District Number 2, Mobo, Masbate.
May I present to you the senior high school graduates of grade 12 SUS for school year 2020 to 2021.
Alto Stephen James Esquilio, the son of Mr. and Mrs. Solomon C. Alto, from Pinamalatican, Mobo, Masbate. Bejo Benji Nicolay Columna, the son of Mr. and Mrs. Victor C. Bejo, from Umabay Exterior, Mobo, Masbate. Bulon Mark Anthony Ranyola, the son of Mr. and Mrs. Melchor U. Bulon, from Poblacion District Number 1, Mobo, Masbate. Bueno Ian J. Nicolo Duran, the son of Mr. and Mrs. Ian Nicolas P. Bueno, from Poblacion District Number 1, Mobo, Masbate. Cabrera Hans Percival Gambong, the son of Mr. and Mrs. Rabindranath C. Cabrera, from Poblacion District Number 2, Mobo, Masbate. Canino Mark Judel Gorgonio, the son of Mr. and Mrs. Erfin R. Canino, from Daco, Mobo, Masbate. Danao Raymar Divino, the son of Mr. and Mrs. Domingo A. Danao, from Fabrica, Mobo, Masbate. Danao Rene Divino, the son of Mr. and Mrs. Domingo A. Danao, from Fabrica, Mobo, Masbate. Dapada Prodel Alhecera, the son of Mr. and Mrs. Rubino R. Dapada, from Tugawe, Mobo, Masbate. De la Cruz Ivo Abbas, the son of Mr. and Mrs. Rotter O. De la Cruz, from Pinamarbuhan, Mobo, Masbate. De Lovino Lemuel Briones, the son of Mr. and Mrs. Manuel M. De Lovino, from Bagakay, Mobo, Masbate. Gamora Raymark Kabungkal, the son of Mr. and Mrs. Rogel T. Gamora, from Loyong Katungan, Mobo, Masbate. Gato Renald Buscay, the son of Mr. and Mrs. Rino N. Gato, from Loyong Katungan, Mobo, Masbate. Gonzaga Vincent Cledera, the son of Mr. and Mrs. Victor F. Gonzaga, from Loyong Katungan, Mobo, Masbate. Ramirez John Paul Doloras, the son of Mr. and Mrs. Samuel V. Ramirez, from Poblacion District Number 1, Mobo, Masbate. Sampaga Angelo Ducay, the son of Mr. and Mrs. Ramon L. Sampaga, from La Laguna, Mobo, Masbate. Sitoy Ariel Tugbo, the son of Mr. and Mrs. Dennis M. Tugbo, from Pinamalatican, Mobo, Masbate. Alcovindas Liza Nunez, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Lino M. Alcovindas, from Baang, Mobo, Masbate. Altarejos Missy Cervantes, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. CBD R. Altarejos, from Poblacion District Number 1, Mobo, Masbate. Atienza Harlene Esquilio, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Arlan L. Atienza, from Loyong Katungan, Mobo, Masbate. Avila Jessa Danao, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Eddie B. Avila, from Fabrica, Mobo, Masbate. Bagalihog Lenilyn Bedrijo, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Melchor E. Bagalihog, from Bagakay, Mobo, Masbate. Balatukan Marcian Judin, the daughter of Miss Darlene P. Balatukan, from Umabay Exterior, Mobo, Masbate. Baruga Helen Joy Baclas, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Heber D. Baruga from Pulot, Mobo Masbate. Bolon Ellen Joy Albao, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Jimmy Bolon from Poblacion District No. 1, Mobo Masbate. Bolon Kimberly Pason, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Joel N. Bolon from Nasunduan, Mobo Masbate. Bradizina Rochelle De Loroso, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. William R. Bradizina from Polot, Mobo Masbate. Carmen Aliana Balatukan, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Aliber C. Carmen from Dako, Mobo Masbate. Cervantes Jessa Barbosa, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Nathaniel A. Cervantes from Baang, Mobo Masbate. Cos Angeline Asofre, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Alan L. Cos from Holhugon, Mobo Masbate. Cos Loijoy Ramos, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Leoncio G. Cos from La Laguna, Mobo Masbate. De La Rosa Jorlin, the daughter of Miss Erlinda F. De La Rosa from Fabrica, Mobo Masbate. Fernandez Rinjane May Capillan, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Randy M. Fernandez from Fabrica, Mobo Masbate. Higante Riza Velez, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Rodel V. Higante from Dako, Mobo Masbate. Goez Angeline Makadat, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Cesar G. Goez from Loyong Katunggan, Mobo Masbate. Gubata Maria Rose Andaya, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Nilo D. Gubata from La Laguna, Mobo Masbate. La Laguna Lian Chris Abatayo, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Leandro E. La Laguna from Pagakay, Mobo Masbate. Masamok Rhea Supilanas, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Rudy E. Masamok from Fabrica, Mobo Masbate. Mitra Mariel Magallanes, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Simeon M. Mitra from Baang, Mobo Masbate. Montecalvo Angeline Cabatanya, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Fernando G. Montecalvo from Holhogon, Mobo Masbate. Moro Judian Nava, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Elizer C. Moro from Pulot, Mobo Masbate. Natural Angel Masamok, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Eladio G. Natural from Nasunduan, Mobo Masbate. Naval May Riza Jane Labaw, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Marlon M. Naval from Tugawe, Mobo Masbate. Ogalesco Angeline Rapira, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Arlan S. Ogalesco from Umabay Exterior, Mobo Masbate. Onarosa Erica Bungabong, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Jonathan M. Onarosa from Pinamarbuhan, Mobo Masbate. Reyes Jana Cervantes, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Roel R. Reyes Sr. from Loyong Katunggan, Mobo Masbate. Tamayo Raiza Pason, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Raul G. Tamayo from Nasunduan, Mobo Masbate. Vargas Julian Eve Cervantes, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Jose B. Vargas from Bagakay, Mobo Masbate. Vargas Phoebe Kate Cervantes, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Rogelio B. Vargas Jr. from Dako, Mobo Masbate. Villamor Sandy May Abelia, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Elorde R. Villamor from Pulot, Mobo Masbate.
And now, let us have the presentation of Academic Excellence Awardees.
Carmen Aliana B. with high honors. Tamayo Riza P. with high honors. Atienza Harleen E. with honors. Bagalihog Lenilyn B. with honors. Balatukan Marshan Judin with honors. Baruelo Diana Rosa R. with honors. Cervantes Nelly May C. with honors.
Mitra Mariel M. with honors. Muro Judy Ann M. with honors. Odtuhan Maki V. with honors. Papiliera Regil May A. with honors. Ramirez John Paul D. with honors. Vargas Al Janre V. with honors. Now, let us listen to the words of gratitude by Ms. Riza P. Tamayo with high honors.
To our principal, Ms. Maria Cynthia A. Reville, dearest teachers and parents, graduates, a pleasant day to everyone. As we all know, this school year has been a big challenge for us. This pandemic brought a lot of pressure, anxiety, self-doubts, and a sleepless night because the new learning system was implemented. We had our breakdowns and times that we blame ourselves for not having the same IQs like the others. Distance learning is not an easy task. We have to study and answer modules all by ourselves without the presence of our teacher, just our ballpen and paper and a piece of our patience. This is where we should be proud of, because despite the trying times, we managed to face it and survive. Our determination and eagerness made us grab this title that no one can steal away from us. Now is the time to express our gratitude to those who help us grow as an individual and be the best version of ourselves. First and foremost, to our Almighty God that never fails to shower His undying love by giving blessings just like we have achieved today. Lord God, thank you very much. We pray for the past healing of the world so that everything can become normal again. To our teachers who patiently taught us new learnings that we can use as we jump up to the next level of our chosen path. Amidst the pandemic we are experiencing, they never stop planting knowledge in us in any way possible. Teachers will also known as our second parents. It is certainly true. Thank you, madams, sirs. At this point, I would like to give special credit to Ma'am Jalil Carmen for the encouragement and motivational words. Also, to Ma'am Rita Sorbito for helping me with my speech. To our friends who have been there for us and made our high school journey a memorable one. Tropa ko! Thanks for the laughters and tears we shared together for the past years. To my best friend Aliana, thank you for staying at my side no matter what. I am grateful for having you guys, and I hope our friendship will last long. Lastly, to our dear parents, thank you for staying with us on our darkest and brightest side. You who sacrificed a lot just to provide for our financial needs and secure our future by guiding us to the right path that we should walk on. To my papa and mama, and to my siblings, this achievement is for you. You may never have witnessed the tossing of our cups as graduates usually do. Nevertheless, I am here giving you my biggest thanks, my gratitude. I just want to say I love you both, Pa and Ma. Seeing you both wearing that proud smile on your face made me realize that your hardship were worth it. It was all worth it. As I end this speech, I just want to remind my fellow graduates that no matter how rocky the road is, don't just give up, but rather give your best shot. We stumble, we fall, we encounter obstacles, and it's normal. It's okay because it's part of our life. Just trust yourself that you can make it to the finish line. This is Riza Pason Tamayo from Grade 12 Zeus, saying no more sana all and medyo we graduate. Congratulations to all of us. Thank you.
Thank you, Riza. Indeed, a blessed soul is a grateful heart. Amid this crisis, you are this year's light of inspiration that convinces us that there is a way out of the dark when one dares to dream and works hard to make it real. At this point, let us have the Pledge of Loyalty to be led by Aljanre V. Vargas with honors.
Pledge of Loyalty to the Alma Mater. In gratitude to you, my Alma Mater, I pledge my loyalty to you and your ideals, to perpetually uphold your standards and traditions, to endeavor to serve my country and my fellow men to my utmost ability, mindful that whatever destiny shall bring me, I shall have to live up to your highest and fullest expectation, worthy of being a true progeny of my alma mater, the Mobo National High School Senior High Department. Never to be complacent, I shall persevere for progress and for service. So help me God.
And now let us have the graduation song of Batch 2021 through a video presentation.
We might not be walking across that stage with the cameras flashing. They've been waiting on our day. It's been a journey, hasn't it? I wouldn't trade a moment. No, I wouldn't change a moment. I'm who I am because of you. Whether we've known each other our whole life or just a year or two. And I'm grateful for the time we put in, getting us to this moment, so we could get to this moment. We may not be throwing our caps in the air, but our spirit will rise anywhere. Remember our hallways filled with memories and friends. I wouldn't trade a moment. No, I wouldn't change a moment. I'm who I am because of you. Whether we've known each other our whole life or just a year or two. And I'm grateful for the good and hard times we've had. They'll get us through life's moments. Yeah, they'll get us through life's moments. If you're over there feeling a little scared about your brand new start, don't get discouraged. Keep showing your courage, 'cause that's who we are. I'm who I am because of you. Whether we've known each other our whole life or just a year or two. And I'm grateful for the times we'll never forget, so we can be in this moment, right here in this moment. I'm grateful for our new beginnings, right here in this moment. We might not be walking across that stage with the cameras flashing. They've been waiting on our day. It's been a journey, hasn't it? I wouldn't trade a moment. No, I wouldn't change a moment. I'm who I am because of you. us in the air, but our spirit will rise anywhere. Remember our hallways filled with memories and friends. I wouldn't trade a moment. No, I wouldn't change a moment. I'm who I am because of you. Whether we've known each other our whole life or just a year or two. And I'm grateful for the good and hard times we've had. They'll get us through life's moments. Yeah, they'll get us through life's moments. Hey, ooh. If you're over there feeling a little scared about your brand new start, don't get discouraged. Keep showing your courage, 'cause that's who we are. I'm who I am because of you. Whether we've known each other our whole life or just a year or two. And I'm grateful for the times we'll never forget, so we can be in this moment, right here in this moment. I'm grateful for our new beginnings, right here in this moment.
And now let us have the State of the School address.
School year 2020-2021 brought tremendous challenges in the education sector because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Despite this, Mobo National High School is still able to go through with it because of the support of all our stakeholders, both internal and external. I am proud to present to you the accomplishments of our school on the different key result areas on access, quality, and governance for school year 2020-2021. I'll be presenting to you the school's previous achievements and current situation in terms of partnership and networking. Different programs, projects, and activities were implemented which affected the key result areas of education, namely access, quality, and governance. All these are aligned with the vision, mission, goals, and core values of the Department of Education. Let me present to you first some important school data such as enrollment. Based from the data gathered through the school community mapping, Mobo National High School has recorded the following number of students for the last 3 school years. School year 2018-2019, 1,600. School year 2019-2020, 1,241. And for school year 2020-2021, 1,395. Out of 1,395 school-aged children residing within the feeder barangays of Mobo National High School, 359 are not in school. For the current school year, there is an increase of 12.41% in the enrollment of school. This could also be attributed to the conduct of community mapping, Shield 2 implementation, where school stakeholders, both internal and external, extended support in order to encourage children to enroll. On the slides are the performance indicators for the last 3 years. The participation rate has increased last year by 9%. Transition rate has increased by 0.7%. The repetition rate has increased by 0.67%, which could be associated to the main reasons of learners for not attending classes, which include financial matters, health and nutrition problems, child labor, lack of interest, distance of school from home, and other family-related issues. Certain interventions are ongoing to decrease the repetition rate this school year. Cohort survival rate has decreased by 3.42. Graduation rate has also decreased by 3.4%. This could be attributed to the sudden implementation of GCQ across the country, where students were not able to cope with their failing marks at the end of the school year. The dropout rate last school year has also increased by 2.79%, which could also be attributed to financial matters, health and nutrition problems, child labor, lack of interest, distance of school from home, and other family-related issues of students. Project KISS, as a form of intervention, is also being implemented by the school to decrease the dropout rate this school year. Retention rate has also increased by 0.93% last school year. Failure rate has increased by 0.67%. Certain interventions are also implemented this school year to lessen the number of failed students. This includes interventions such as distribution of LAS, worksheets, conduct of home visits, constant monitoring by the teachers through dialogue with parents, and a lot more. Completion rate has also increased by 4.25%. We also implemented several programs, projects, and activities last school year in line with the school improvement plan. The total percentage of accomplishment for the completed projects for school year 2019-2020 is 42.86% as compared to school year 2018-2019, which is 28.57% only. Let me show you the stakeholders' contribution participation during the second quarter of fiscal year 2019 to first quarter of fiscal year 2020. Stakeholders of the school showed significant contributions and participation in different programs and activities. The most common general type is private sector. As to the specific partner type, the private individual is the top contributor, and the type of contribution given to the school is financial support. The total amount generated by the school from the different stakeholders amounted to 180,861 pesos as compared to the previous quarters, which is only 93,271 pesos. From second quarter of fiscal year 2020 to first quarter of fiscal year 2021, stakeholders also showed support, extended contributions, and participation in different programs, projects, and activities. Also, the most common general type is private sector and private individuals, which are the top contributors. And the type of contribution commonly given to school is in the form of ICT resources and educational supplies needed in the implementation of BELCP and health supplies in response to the current situation. The total amount generated from second quarter of fiscal year 2020, the first quarter of fiscal year 2021, is 816,914 pesos as compared to previous quarters of fiscal year 2020, which is only 180,861 pesos. Last school year, the total number of proposed projects is 14, as included in the AIP. There are 4 projects completed and 10 in proposed, ongoing, and canceled status. Let me show you some of the major accomplishments of the school in terms of partnerships and networking since previous to current school year. Before the implementation of GCQ because of pandemic, we launched the Brigada Basa, where stakeholders convened and pledged for support through donating reading materials and extended help in the construction of reading kiosks. However, because of the sudden implementation of lockdown, construction of reading kiosks is still an ongoing project of the school with the support of our stakeholders. offered intervention activities to learners despite the pandemic before the opening of a school year by implementing the Shield 2 program. Teachers, with the help of local barangay officials, collaborated to reach even those students who live in far-flung areas and be given intervention through the distribution of modules. We had the conduct of the dry run of Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan, or BELCP, for school year 2020-2021 before the opening of classes last year. It was made possible with the help of our stakeholders, both internal and external, such as teachers, parents, and barangay officials. We also conducted psychological first aid to teaching and non-teaching personnel to help them cope with the current situation because of the pandemic. And to help parents as well, the same activity was conducted along with an orientation on the opening of classes. These are also some of the achievements of school in terms of students' development. Aika Arvilla, a grade 9 SPA student, bagged the first place in jingle making contest during the Division Science and Technology Fair 2021. The coach is Mrs. Michelle Viconag, Master Teacher 1. Rain Cyril A. Villamor and Joshua James D. Bueno also got the second place in Flip Top in Filipino. The coach is Mrs. Jeanette D. Cañada, Master Teacher 1. Our teachers, Miss Martha May Gallego and Miss Lizelle Tolentino, English and Filipino teachers respectively, also won in vlog making during the ETMF June webisode last June 2021. Our school was also rated proficient in the Division Virtual Year-End Performance Review of a Special Program in the Arts. The Creative Writing Literary Folios also contributed to the Division's LR portal. We were also able to tap the BFP and MDRRMO Mobo for support in terms of disinfecting classrooms after retrieval and distribution of SLMs. In support to having a clean and green school environment, as well as raise and promote public consciousness on health and nutrition, we sustained our Gulayan sa Paaralan as one of the current programs of our school. Stakeholders such as parents, barangay officials were tapped for support in terms of providing seedlings, materials, and other needed resources in its full implementation. In preparation of the forthcoming ELSG evaluation, parents of our learners helped in the beautification and maintaining the cleanliness of the school surroundings through the Brigada Linis activity. Mobo National High School also conducted a coastal cleanup activity at Barangay Dako, Mobo, Masbate on May 8, 2021 as part of the initiative to extend services to the community. It was participated by Mobo National High School teaching personnel and selected GSP student members. In observance of the National Disaster Resilience Month, the Mobo National High School teaching and non-teaching personnel participated in the simultaneous tree planting activity dubbed as One Employee, One Tree, Isang Guro, Isang Puno on July 1, 2021 at Barangay Dako, Mobo, Masbate. We also had a gift-giving activity to 100 families of Sitio Palyabot, Poblacion 2, Mobo, Masbate. It was made possible through a school initiative with the support of local barangay officials and other stakeholders. Let us show you some of the donated goods, materials, equipment, tools, learning materials, and supplies of some of our stakeholders in line with the implementation of BELCP this school year. With the support of our barangay captain, Mr. Mark De La Rosa, we were able to construct waiting sheds in front of the school and provided segregated trash bins made of recycled materials. The Mobo Alumni Organization, through the initiative of its officers, especially by the President, Mr. Lavadia, has donated sets of printers, one for each department, and other printing supplies such as bond papers. The SK Federation of Mobo also extended support through donating materials needed in the printing of SLMs. We also have some private individuals from private business establishments who donated through cash and in kind to augment the scarcity of resources needed in the printing of SLMs and to support other PPAs of the school. These are the next steps, future plans of the school, which is on ongoing and for implementation status for school year 2020-2021, contextualized based on the current situation. These programs, projects, and activities are aligned with the Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan, or BELCP, and included in the Annual Implementation Plan, or AIP, as part of the School Improvement Plan. We strongly encourage you, our dear stakeholders, to support all these PPAs for the betterment of our school and consequently our learners. Let me present it to you by key result area. First, on access. We have Project Hanap Kita, which aims to decrease the number of school-aged children who are not attending school from 4.10% to 3% by 2021. This project includes the conduct of early registration, conduct of information dissemination in all feeder barangays of the school, through distributing of leaflets, posting of tarpaulins, home visitations among out-of-school youths, and caravans in order to encourage children, especially the out-of-school youths, to attend school. We also have Project Sagudsud, which aims to reduce the dropout rate of the school from 7.49% to 2.71% by 2021. These include the conduct of regular monitoring of students at risk of dropping out or SARDO, conduct of home visitations among students at risk of dropping out, conduct of advocacy campaign on the importance of attending classes, conduct of regular checking of attendance by classroom advisors. Under quality, we have Project Pagnapag in Filipino, which aims to increase the number of students who can read with comprehension and can actively participate in classroom discussions to at least 75% by 2021. Also, we have Project INSIP, or the Numeracy Skills Improvement Plan, which aims to decrease the rate of grade 7 students with poor numeracy skills from 26% to 5% by 2021. Project IAYA, or Environmental Awareness and Ecological Action, which aims to increase students' participation and involvement in any environmental activities initiated by the school from 25% to 30% by 2021. This includes conduct of coastal cleanup, tree planting, brigada linis, proper waste disposal, and other related activities. We also have Project Ensure to Use, which aims to develop students' interests in the manipulation of science laboratory tools, equipment, and apparatus from 60% to 70% by 2021. Project RAMC, or Raising a Moral Child, which aims to develop at least 75% of students' performance and moral character through an ethical learning community. We have the Project Kalap, or Kagamitan Tungo sa Layuning Pampagkatuto, which aims to procure additional tools, equipment, materials, and modules needed for an effective teaching and learning process in TLE. Project Ariskasi, or Reorganizing Students' Clubs Towards Active School Involvement, which aims to increase the rate of student leaders' participation from 75% to 85% by 2021. Strengthening the SDVS ABKD program, or School-Based Dengue Vector Surveillance, Action Barangay Contra Dengue, which aims to reduce the number of mosquito population at household and prevent dengue virus among learners of Mobo National School from 20% to 15% in 2021. Project SLEAPS, or Simplified Learning Enhancements for Araling Palipunan students, which aims to increase the number of students by 90% to answer 75% to 100% of the activities in the Araling Palipunan SLMs. Strengthening WINS program, which aims to install at least 3 sets of segregated garbage disposal bins in 4 identified safe areas in school. Strengthening Gulayan sa Paralan program, which aims to decrease the number of wasted and severely wasted students from 17% to 10%. Project GSP Champs, or Champions Amidst the Pandemic Situation, which aims to achieve at least 75% GSP participation to the community programs and activities. Project Aralets, or Technical Advancement, Reforms, Advocacy of the Learners, which aims to provide at least the following sports equipment or facilities to improve school ranking in all school sports competition. Project CASA, or Combat Against Substance Abuse, which aims to increase the rate of accomplishment of activities in relation to gender in development or GOD from 80 to 85% by 2020. Project GEM, or the Gender Equality and Mainstreaming, which aims to increase the rate of accomplishment of activities in relation to gender in development or GOD from 80 to 85% by 2020. Under governance, we also had projects on intensifying instructional supervision for teachers through Project I Coach Me, SPAM MOVs, and Rate Me High. Project Ligtas, which aims to ensure safe learning environment to all school personnel, parents, and learners, as well as improvement in terms of the physical environment of the school. We also have the Project Panday, or pagpapaayos ng mga nasira at di gumaganang kagamitan at nang mapagyaman ang kaalaman. Let me end my presentation with this quote. We are all responsible in making our school great, so that all children can succeed. We may continue supporting our school to the best of our ability for the benefit of our clientele, our learners. Thank you very much.
Capping off our today's ceremonies, let us have the closing remarks by our untiring and proactive school principal, Madam Maria Cynthia A. Revere.
Our school's division superintendent, Ma'am Nene R. Merioles, SESO 5. Sir Joel E. Kaolboy, Assistant Schools Division Superintendent for Secondary. Sir Fernando C. Macaraig, Assistant Schools Division Superintendent for Elementary. Our active and supportive head teachers, Ma'am Marieta M. Bolon, Ma'am Rosie S. Aban, Ma'am Annie Grace de Ricania, Ma'am Hernani L. Medina, and Ma'am Salvacion C. Castillo, teaching and non-teaching personnel, parents, graduates, friends, and to the rest of the viewers, good day. The Secretary of Education, Leonor M. Briones, stated in her speech, education must continue even in times of crisis, whether it may be a calamity, disaster, emergency, quarantine, or even at war. And this speaks about the theme of our today's event, strengthening the quality of education amid COVID-19 pandemic. In this time of crisis, distance learning becomes a necessity for learners and educators across the country. That is why our school has implemented coping mechanisms to help students continue their education. However, the implementation of modular distance learning in our school has brought great challenges to everyone, from school administration, teachers, parents, community members, and most especially among students like you. Your journey this school year was not easy. It made us all realize that change is inevitable. The normal face-to-face classes you have been used to has suddenly shifted to distance learning. You studied by yourselves at home, accomplished multiple tasks without the direct supervision of your teachers. Your parents became your primary support system in terms of learning varied skills. But despite this, something good came out of it. You have learned how to construct knowledge on your own, developed initiative and determination, perseverance, and most of all, resilience. You have to be proud of yourselves for what you were able to turn challenges into opportunities. And with that, you emerged successful. My dear graduates, life does not usually follow the plans you lay out for yourself. I am sure that most of you are still undecided what course to take in college. Along the way, especially in this time of health crisis, you will experience the highs and lows of life, the difficult and the easy, and unfortunately, there may be times of too many difficulties. Your true success will be defined by how you handle both of these times. You have to take a step towards your successful future for the betterment of yourself, your family, and your community. Moreover, may you continue learning set of varied skills. Learning, as your teachers have always taught you, is not only found in schools. Discover and experience life ahead of you. Persistently seek for the knowledge in the real world. Embrace the fact that life is a journey, and the words of your parents, teachers, and loved ones should be your guiding light. Aspire to raise the bar in every field, be it academics, co-curricular, sports, or any other fields. Ultimately, your well-educated generation will benefit us all in the future. It may be difficult in these trying times, but I believe that as long as you have the courage and faith in God, nothing is impossible. I also would like to take this opportunity to thank all our stakeholders for extending support in ensuring the continuation of learning amid COVID-19. From public to private sectors, local barangay officials, teachers, and most especially parents. You have made your own sacrifices, juggling careers while simultaneously assuming the full-time role of your child's learning. Thank you for forging connections with the school and building relationships with one another. I hope that it would still continue as we face another school year. So, as I end my speech, I would like to share this quote with you from an educator, Adam Bellow. The only way to make change is to see challenges that we face as opportunities. I hope that despite this global health crisis we're experiencing, all of us will come out of it stronger. Remember, we have the power to train our minds to see things differently. Turning challenges into opportunities means giving ourselves a chance to succeed. Congratulations, Batch 2021. You have made us all proud. Thank you.
And that concludes our virtual graduation ceremonies. Graduates, please know that Mobo National High School is proud of you for this achievement. Continue to traverse the roads to your dreams. Be determined amid the challenges. Be resilient in working hard to make them real. Graduates, please take with you what the actress Lupita Nyong'o has said. Whoever you are, wherever you are from, your dreams will always be valid. Congratulations, Batch 2021!
We might not be walking across that stage with the cameras flashing. They've been waiting on our day. It's been a journey, has Isn't it